The thief is a little different in that she's not training for revenge. She's training to do something slightly different there. And the fact that she, in no way, shape, or form, bested the old man. But you notice he starts off with a whole whopping 100 hit points here. Let's actually soften this thing up a bit. Because all he has is thrust and kick. That's it. They have no range on them. And he does pretty much no damage. And pretty much gets cleaved in half by the tiger. So he's not exactly in good shape here. He's, you know... I did not do this, did I? I should have. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares away. Ah, dang it. Sorry, old man, you're gonna have to take a couple hits to set up so he can do something here. So you kind of see where our students are. You have the big guy who is very, very slow but hits like a Mack truck. You have the little one who is fast. Hits, you know, doesn't quite hit as hard unless you learn the right techniques, but is much faster about it. And then you have this dude with the purple that can do absolutely nothing. So those are our 3 students. Those are the 3 trainees here. And Lee is like, man, kind of a dump for a school, isn't it? And, of course, Samo is already hungry. And wants to eat. And these 2 are like, can we take a break? And she's like, wimps. She already wants to start with the training. And now we're going to do one-on-one combat with everybody. I forgot, do I have anything that hits? Yeah, range the squirrel kick kinda does. Yeah, pretty much just get there. Use the squirrel kick. Which of course means she has that to hit us with. Or just completely miss in this case. But she can hit us with that and just do something that we can counter with exactly what she used against us to kind of keep things even. Enough! Next. He just wants to get to the food. And we say, hey, if you beat me, we can feast. So that motivates him. And as we noticed before, he is incredibly slow. Which we just made him slower. And slower. But he's finally going to get to hit with something that does a whole whopping 8 damage to us after we pretty much crippled him. And he didn't even pose a threat. Of course, neither did Lee, but you know. Plop. And Yuan is very uncertain about himself. So, poor Yuan here, and his 100 hit points. Is pretty much flattened before he can even think. By the way, this is training. That this is actually training in this universe. Beating the stuffing out of people is training them. And now we just sit and listen to the background sound of crickets as the old man ruminates over tea. It's a good kind of hurt. Yeah, there you go. It's a good tired. And Semo just crawls in. Begging for dinner. Lessons in endurance. Okay. 4 matches should be about enough. Here's the point. We kind of, sort of, need to pick someone and focus on them. No reason. But, we kind of need to pick one of these 3. Whichever one we decide is our favorite. And, pick them as our disciple. It doesn't do us a whole lot of good to spread everything out. Because basically, as you do the fights in this section, you teach them the moves you use against them. And if you spread it out too much, you're going to have, you know, you're going to have a disciple that doesn't have enough moves. So, Not that that's really a huge handicap with the way this game plays out. Excuse me while I... Sorry, I need to turn my fan on because it is getting hot in here. That is what recording 3 songs in a room. So, I know who my favorite is. So, who do you guys, anyone in chat, who do you want to see as our disciple? You just like Yawn. Of course you would like Yawn. Yawn is, coincidentally, the worst character to try to play through this with. Probably still won't be too terrible, but it will be more of a challenge. Mainly the end few fights. The rest of them aren't too bad. It's just, yeah. But if we want to train Yawn here, oh boy. Okay. We can train Yawn. So to train Yawn, we need to teach him. Basically, we need to start with our last technique. Do nothing but beat him with it. Until he learns it through leveling up. And he will probably learn it fairly... He will probably level up a few times fairly quickly. Want that one next. Let him actually use it against us and see if he's learned anything. Does a little damage. And he gets countered with it and just absolutely wrecked. We smacked him with it. And he learns it. So he's going to try this again, which gains him a counter and flatlines him. Yeah, the other two are just going to sit there and play poker or something. Fortunately, I didn't see him learn Squirrel Kick. There we go. Squirrel Kick gained. Yeah, he did get knocked out by counter. And we've got to do this These little rounds of 4 will happen, I think, 3 times in total. So we're going to have 12 fights total. And I know he says you'll learn agility by having to dodge and weave amongst the vines and plants. That just means we're going to get into fights with a forest backdrop. Samo, agility was your strong suit. You need to learn this, which means now you're going to get countered because you tried that. Or no, we didn't actually get hit, so it didn't count. And get countered with a squirrel kick. Okay, we got 2 uses of that off. So let's try to teach him Monkey Fist. And then countered. Yeah, a somewhat unique gameplay design. And he gained Monkey Fist. He didn't gain the other one. He only gained Monkey Fist. So we need to once again train the Long Hu Lian thing. It seems like you can only gain 1 technique a level, though. Which, incidentally, does put Yon at a slight advantage learning techs. Punching him in the face with this, because this is how you train somebody. You just keep hitting them. Then they try to do it to you and you counter them. Okay. You've been really rough on Yawn. The other two have just kind of been hanging back playing cards. Like I said, we need to focus on one and pretty much just that one. And he goes up here to see that those two are passed out on the wood. And Yawn is still out there training. I believe he's out here training no matter if you've been teaching him or not. And this should be the final round. You mean the way they've been obtaining power? I'm just saying. Yawn is still kind of not exactly sure of himself. I need a diagonal against him. Paralyze him. And just literally keep kicking him in the face until he falls over. That's how the rest of these are pretty much going to go. You too will learn the boot to the head. Or die in the process, one of the two. You would hope he'd learn it after getting hit with it like 12 or so times in a row. But I think that's taught him every technique. I'm pretty sure I've taught him everything at this point. Yeah, he has learned all 6 techniques. But those two are still kind of useless. So now that he has learned all techniques, let's teach Lee something here. See if she can gain Squirrel Kick. I don't think she quite realizes that she's not getting the good end of this exchange. Nope, could not teach her in one fight. And unfortunately, he kind of pushed himself past his limit there. He overexerted himself for today. So he's definitely going to need to rest up. And so, the days of the Jin Shan Quan Master and his 3 pupils slipped past like a quiet spring breeze. And he's going to teach them now how to defend themselves. Of course, we're interrupted by someone, from town. The shopkeeper that was chasing Samo around with a knife earlier. And then the thugs from Wongtown decided to go to the street. It's like, I'm sure you all could beat the stuffing out of them, but we need to try to cull the aggression here. And he hasn't exactly hardened their minds to deal with such a situation. So we're going to go down to deal with these thugs. And leave these 3 here to, so they can continue to, do their exercises. Yeah, there's nothing can go wrong with this plan whatsoever. So the thugs are here. And we're just going to get told how they went further up the street by every single person here. And we're going to hear them yell about getting beer. Yeah, every single person. They went further up the street. And food. They want beer. They want food. And the waitresses. Oh, look who it is. Those 2 seem to recognize us. Hey, look, it's that Tiger King jackass. Like, you can leave, or you can get hurt. And honestly, yeah, we kind of thought you were just been horsing around, yes. And you've mastered Yi Po Min Kung Fu. But notice we still get the normal fight music. We do not get the epic end boss music yet. So let's see if they've gotten any stronger. No, they haven't. He couldn't even take, and we found something called a Decapon. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but you can equip it. And Master Odie Wang Li will beat your tiny bony ass. And they skedaddle. Odie Wang Li? Ipo Min Kung Fu? Yeah, literally kicked in the crotch until he gave up. And people are now excited because we beat the thugs. And she was still reflexively going, "Don't touch me!" Yeah, this is kind of unnecessary, but basically a young woman pulls him in and says, "You shouldn't be showing off peaches that young." And a peach bun is all it is. And gives us a panda. Because panda. Fukahire bun. More healing items. Yeah, you probably do. But a peach bun is literally just a healing item. Just like the shepherd's purse and the Fukahire bun, the panda can be equipped. The chow chow can also be equipped. The kung fu suit, the decapan can all be equipped. We will mess with that in a second because we're not going to get into a fight anytime soon. We're kind of done with fights for the moment. Fortunately, she has nothing for us for clearing out the bandits. A martial arts tome. Which is another thing we can equip. Meat bun. Laiju or Laoju. A pot lid. Peking pot. Just in case you wanted some healing items, here you go. Nothing from you. You give us another sweet bun. You give us some tiger clothes. And it's a tiger gauntlet. Actually, she gives 2 tiger gauntlets. So now we have a few items. So on him we can equip a chow chow or a martial arts tome, which both give pretty decent buffs. On his head. We can equip a tome on the head slot and one of the arm slots. Just saying. There's a panda, which is a nice speed boost. Anything else? No? Okay. Just to kind of see what all stuffs we got. We will hold off on equipping anything for now.